Survarium breaks down beta plans, City of Steam finds an English publisher, Path of Exile's open beta brings the fun, Scarlet Blade gets a revealing new trailer, and more on this week's episode of Free to Play Weekly. The time has come to prepare our trigger fingers, as the open beta arrival of the action RPG Path of Exile is finally upon us. The start of open beta means no further content wipes, allowing players to begin tackling the game's absolutely massive skill tree without fear of having to start over. They should really just call this skill tree a skill forest. I mean, that's what it really is. Variety is certainly one of Path of Exile's strongest features, with the update to an open beta adding an additional 50% more content in the form of a brand new act. Players can now experience Act 3 in its entirety, where they can explore 21 brand new areas, including abandoned docks, markets, temples, and sewers in the ruined city of Sarn. The new act also throws an additional 18 completely new monster types at players and an incredible 90 monster variations. Vostok Games, developers of Survarium, a post-apocalyptic MMO FPS, have unveiled a detailed development timeline that breaks down the game's upcoming plans for the year, including details regarding the alpha and beta. It appears as though alpha testing will begin sometime in Q2 of this year, with players being invited to help test some of the early modes made available. Players will be able to expect a working PvP mode, 4 game maps, 2 factions, and an in-game system of tasks. The main focus of alpha testing will be on stability, with many unplanned features still missing at this point in development. Moving along, the timeline details the appearance of individual features, all building toward the official beta in Q4 of 2013. It's at this point the developers plan on opening the game to a larger number of players, with the beta most likely being open to everyone. The timeline is fairly detailed, and I encourage everyone interested in Survarium to check it out, as it provides a decent idea of what players can expect. To find it, simply head on over to the official article on mmobomb.com. Here's something you may not have known. Up until last week, the steampunk MMO City of Steam had yet to actually find an English publisher. It wasn't until R2 Games, the publishers behind 2.5-dimensional titles such as Crystal Saga, stepped up to the plate and agreed to take the game on as their first major 3D MMO. I can hear you though, you're saying, "Oh no, this means a mean and nasty publisher is going to impose their cash shop will on a game I was really looking forward to." However, City of Steam developers Mechanist Games expected such a response, and as such had this to say. The game isn't going to magically change into some pay-to-win hellhole where we're rolling around in millions of dollars while cackling to each other in Druidic tongue. Although we do hope to be rolling around in millions of dollars at some point, if we do, it's going to be in a way that doesn't involve drinking ourselves to sleep every day because we hate ourselves that much. So let's not do that. Despite the developers reassuring, I am curious to know what your thoughts on City of Steam's publisher choice are. Let us know below. Area Games has released a new trailer for their upcoming mature MMORPG, Scarlet Blade. The trailer features the game's roster of character classes while almost simultaneously trying to tantalize viewers with various shots of apparent supermodels turned genetically engineered, scantily clad cyber warriors. Along with the trailer, Area also announced alpha testing had commenced for the MMO, but stressed to players the game was by no means finished. Unfortunately, no other beta testing details were given other than soon. Are you a fan of any futuristic MMORPGs? After months and months of closed beta testing, Raiderz Studios has decided to share their third-person MOBA Smite with the rest of the world. The game officially transitioned into open beta last week, meaning if you somehow never found the time to give this MOBA a go, you finally have no excuses left not to. Players who reach level 30 during the open beta are being rewarded with a limited edition skin from the Mage Tank Amir, which turns the normally blue and jolly giant into a badass demon, complete with shoulder eyes and exposed intestines. Raiderz also wants Smite to hit the ground running when it comes to esports, with plans for a $100,000 launch tournament. The tournament details are expected in the coming weeks, so you still have time to hone your skill shots and gather a winning team. While 100K pales in comparison to League of Legends' $2 million prize pool and Dota 2's $1 million tournament, $100,000 is still $100,000, and it's great to see Raiderz putting real money behind Smite's esports scene. Area Games was quite busy last week, not only with the start of Scarlet Blade's testing phase, but also with the official launch of the Castle Siege PvP-focused MMORPG, DK Online. The official release adds several new content additions, including 2 brand new castles for players to raid, and a bevy of new boss creatures to slay in search of glory and loot. The MMO also had its level cap increased to 42, and added a brand new high-level zone for players to explore. You can find out more DK Online details, or check out our first impressions of the MMO right here on MMO Bomb. Well, this week certainly has been the week for release news, hasn't it? We've seen Smite headed into open beta, Scarlet Blade's first foray into alpha testing territory, and of course DK Online and Path of Exile's official launches. No reason to stop the release train now though, so without further ado, I am happy to announce Guns N' Robots has also entered into open beta. Now, if you need a refresher as to what Guns N' Robots is all about, you need only look at the name. It's a multiplayer shooter involving a myriad of guns and the robots who wield them, of course. Guns N' Robots is all about giving a player the ability to create zany robots utilizing thousands of parts and weapons in order to craft a fully custom death machine. The gameplay itself gives off a MechWarrior Light sort of feeling to it, with players able to damage each other in individual areas while managing their ammo and battery levels. And the game of the week is FreeJack. FreeJack is a free-to-play racing game that forgoes the typical car races in favor of freestyle parkour racing. In this extremely original and stylish game, players race head-to-head across the sprawling urban metropolis of New York City in exciting foot races, chaining together amazing flips and tricks into combos to increase their speed in an attempt to reach the finish line first. Players can customize their character with cool outfits and accessories, which actually grant the player additional attributes and even special abilities. The game features a wide range of modes, including unique mini-games, which have players testing their parkour skills while climbing giant beanstalks or hopping over boiling hot lava. Ooh. Outside of the races, players can hang out with friends in their very own in-game living room, which also serves as a game lobby and comes complete with customizable furniture and accessories. If you're a fan of games like Mirror's Edge, or you just enjoy a non-traditional racing game, be sure to check out FreeJack. That's all we have for you this week, but as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and leave us a comment below, and until next week, check out MMOBomb.com for more free-to-play action.